Hi everybody, welcome back to Castlevania Circle of the Moon. And whoops, sorry about that. Pressed the wrong button, even though I was trying to press another button. Okay, so, this will probably be the final episode of this Let's Play. I kind of decided that ahead of time because I kind of want to just get on playing with this game. But because I started Let's Play already with this, I didn't want to, I didn't want to leave it, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that I kind of want to play this game just by myself, and playing this game, unfortunately, is just not very conducive to a good Let's Play because there's so much, exploration that I would have to do that, and because I seriously don't know, like, where the next boss is gonna be. We're gonna go to the boss room now and get the stuff from there, because I didn't do that last time. And so, because, and I kinda wanna, like, get the energy back into doing Pokemon. Pokemon takes so much out of me because I have to be so focused. So if So, I've never been really good at having multiple series going on at the same time. Tackle. Okay, now I can break the blocks. Now if I could only remember where... Wait, how do I do that? Ah, okay, that's how I do it. So now I gotta look for a blocked off room. What was down there? Yeah. Okay, so something that I did in the meanwhile, I've been delaying the releases of these episodes a little bit because I wasn't sure, like, how far into the game I wanted to go. But now that I've kind of decided, like, okay, this is gonna be the last of these for a while, then I decided that, might as well. And So I did a video on my main channel recently, which I've been kind of secretly planning for a long time, and now I finally got to do it, which was the whole Dario Argento thing. And it's like, yeah, that's fun because it's kind of funny because I used to not like horror movies at all. When I was younger, I really disliked horror movies. And now there really are some of my favorite types of movies, barring certain subsets and genres like... Oh, okay, yes, I looped around. Okay, but now I don't know where any of this is. There is one dead end over there that I could go check. So it's weird how my, like, view on horror has changed so much, and I think a big reason for the change was that me just realizing, like, how aesthetically pleasing horror just is. And Edgar Allan Poe is my favorite author, and stuff like that obviously also helped me change my viewpoint on that. Don't get me wrong, I think that horror is also the kind of... Oh! It's locked. Okay, this is the starting point. Where are Dracula's chamber? Have I not gone down here? Oh. Well, can't headbutt my way through that, apparently. Ah, I thought I had gone here, but I was wrong, apparently. So I need something else to get past that. And, something that, that especially, in my opinion, like, has changed my viewpoint on horror has been kind of my relationship with the movie Exorcist. Like I said, back when I disliked horror, I really disliked The Exorcist. The first time that I watched it, like, oh, Mandragora card. Okay, we got a... So now I got a plant whip. We'll see if that comes in handy at some point. But now this is the part that I hate. Like, now I have to try to remember where there was a block that I couldn't break. Maybe down there. Let's go check that room that's down there. Yeah, so, Exorcist is a pretty, extreme movie, so it's a movie that's hard to watch without feeling something, I would say. Uh, so I first caught a glimpse of it like on TV when I was like very young, and so I was scared shitless by it, and then obviously, so I disliked it from just that point, like how it made me feel. Then as a teenager, it came on TV late one night, and I watched it, and for some reason, I thought it was like the most boring thing ever. Man, going down is much harder than going up, okay. He said with unfounded confidence. So I went through this period for a while thinking like The Exorcist was not just like boring, but because I thought it was boring, I thought this movie's kind of dumb. I don't get what the deal is with this. But then, over time, I started seeing more value in like the cinematography. And I've always liked the Exorcist theme. My mom had one of those weird CDs that had like a bunch of different like songs on there. And one of the songs on one of those, it was one of those instrumental CD thingies that had a bunch of like movie themes, and the Exorcist theme was there. And so I've always liked the Exorcist theme. But I just couldn't quite understand the appeal of the movie. Obviously, I've also watched quite more like extreme movies. Like movies overall have gotten, or movies later on down the line have gotten a lot more, extreme. Well, there is one dead end, and I think that is a rock, but I'm not sure. I might be doing this for nothing basically. But now I do like Exorcist just because of what it represents. I do think there's like. It is a bone-chilling movie. I think the part of the thing is like when I watched it on TV all those years ago, I was feeling a little sleepy while watching it, and I wasn't giving it the time of day anyway. Because I have noticed that my viewpoint of a film at the point when I'm watching it, like it tends to change, like, it tends to color my like mood and how I feel about a movie. Like, very strongly. I'm not gonna... Like, okay. Oh, no. This isn't... Like, I might watch a movie... Like, I have noticed, like, some days I'll watch a movie and I'm, like, so fucking over it that that it doesn't make me feel anything except, like, I don't want to watch this. And then some other days, like, I watch that same movie and I think, like, this movie is actually pretty good. The other thing is, like... I kind of now also, I see a lot of comedy in The Exorcist, which feels really weird, but like that whole, your mother sucks cocks in hell, part, like that is so, like that is such a stupid line. MP increase, okay. That was not exactly what I wanted, Jesus. Okay, and now I gotta make it to a save room. Yeah, so now I see a lot more value and like even some unintentional comedy in Exorcist, and horror movies in general. I'm trying to think of like what was really like the first horror movie that I actually like actively liked, and I gotta say it might have actually been the first Resident Evil. I also did watch the TV version of it long ago. I can't say that I exactly liked it, but it did leave a strong impression with me. So when years later I finally, when the new It came out, then I had some. It was kind of interesting that I had some history with the old one as well. Okay, well, that's good. I got my HP back. So I gotta say, like, something that I maybe am not the biggest fan of. I'm definitely not much of a slasher guy myself. Like, there's a small set of slasher movies. The original Halloween, that one I do like. That one is legitimately a good movie, but it's John Carpenter, and I think that's I like it more because it is a John Carpenter movie, more so than for what it is. It's a lot because it's very bare bones. But I do kind of want to see some of those. Oh wait, I would actually kind of want to see some of those. There's a few slasher movies that I am kind of curious to see, but they're more like the sort of like, you know, more tongue-in-cheek ones. Like, I've never seen the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Or let's see, I have never seen the full thing. I have seen a little bit of the beginning, and I think I've seen the ending too. Like, I think I've watched part of it. And there's one Nightmare on Elm Street movie that I'm curious to see. It's the one that Rennie Harlin directed. I have no idea which one that is. But it's either the fourth or the fifth. But that means that I would have to watch. There's a whole bunch of them that I would have to watch before that. Not to say, like, you know, I get the feeling like the storylines, they're not that important because, you know, in a lot of like slasher movies they're not. But actually, I would kind of want to see the other parts of Halloween. Because I have this weird... I have two Halloween movies. I have number 1 and number 6. And I know number 6 is supposed to be the final film of the sort of the storyline that starts from the from number 4. And I know those movies aren't like very well regarded, but you know, I didn't actually hate 6. So I'm kind of curious, like, to see how the story gets to that point. Like, even though those movies are kind of notorious and nobody seems to like them, but you know, that's never stopped me from watching a movie. And nowadays, like, I also kind of do appreciate if a horror movie is a little funny, because it also means like that the filmmakers didn't take themselves too seriously. And because some like horror movies and some things in horror movies are just like patently absurd anyway. So that's the other thing. So yeah, so I made the whole Argento thing. That's another thing that I like about Argento's movies. Like, they clearly have a bit of a sense of humor about them. Like, they're not supposed to be like too serious anyway. Yeah, but this is what I'm talking about. Like, most of this game is like this. Like, oh, I gotta power up. Now I gotta remember where in the castle I can use this. So I don't want to go there because that's literally where I couldn't get back. But yeah, now, so, you know, even slightly extreme movies that, you know, I do enjoy, like Event Horizon is a good one. Like, Event Horizon does have some really gross parts, but, you know, it's mostly the atmosphere and the, you know, yeah, the horror vibes is basically what I'm getting at. I really want to watch, you know, one of these days I really want to watch all of the Omen movies. You know what? I do kind of want to watch the Exorcist sequels as well. The only one that I've seen a little bit of the second one on TV, like a long time ago, and then I've watched the prequel, the Rennie Harlin version of the prequel. And years ago, I would have had a chance to get the other version. You know, they released it on DVD, even though they didn't release it theatrically back in the day. So that's a whole thing that I am curious, that I would actually be kind of curious to see. And just to quickly get it out of the way, I think Exorcist at the beginning was like, it was okay. You know, I don't think it was like horrible, but it wasn't like anything special either. I think that's yeah. Which is, you know, typically, you know, a big pitfall with prequels. Like, it's not so that I think prequels are bad, but because, but you really gotta ask yourself, when you start making a prequel, what do I want to get out of the audience with this? And especially, like, there's always like the thing that I really hate, like you know, even though I do like it, I recognize why most people don't like X-Men Origins Wolverine. Or let's say, okay, the reason that most people dislike it is not the reason why I dislike it. I dislike it because it just doesn't work as a movie, because it's a prequel with a capital P. meaning that you cannot watch it without having watched the first 3 X-Men movies, because nothing about it makes sense otherwise if you haven't watched. No, a pretty, I would say a pretty noticeable problem. Like, it's also like with the same thing with sequels. Like you're gonna make a sequel, obviously it has to somehow connect with the story of the previous movie. Otherwise, you might as well ask yourself, well, why are we making this? Which is ironically how I do feel about most horror movie sequels. Like, horror movies are really good at making sequels to movies that don't really like, are not like well suited for sequels, because in horror movies, especially of certain types, the main cast tends to get killed off. Okay, so I'm in a completely new area. God damn it. Fox Archer, okay. We've entered Furry Town. But that's what I was just kind of getting at, is like, oh, Medusas, wonderful. There was another video idea that I was thinking of doing. Oh, okay, I forgot that they actually turn you to stone in this. Yeah, so I was actually thinking about doing a whole video. Oh no! Son of a bitch. Yeah, but I was thinking about doing a video about Castlevania monsters and their origins and things, and I was a little concerned, obviously, that some of the info would have been like very, basic shit info. But you know what? It's always fun sometimes to just go back to basics a little bit. There's nothing wrong with it. Heat shade. Okay. Found a little secret. I seriously did not know that was there. So one of the things that I've always kind of been curious about is, like, why are they Medusa heads in Castlevania? And of course, there are like full-bodied Medusas in Castlevania as well. But like in the first game, Castlevania as well, like, the boss is just a Medusa head. And that's what I discovered, is that actually the beheaded Medusa is onto itself like a bit of an iconographic thing. So in the story of, oh god, what's it, Perseus? Yeah, Perseus is the one who defeats Medusa, and then uses the Medusa's head to kill the sea monster, or freeze the sea monster that's going to kill Andromeda. All right, I'm getting a little worried here. I keep taking damage from everything. But I was thinking like maybe that was the safe room up there. So after his adventure, yes, okay, this is exactly what I wanted to find. So after his adventure, like, Perseus gives Medusa's head to Athena, and Athena attaches it to her shield. That means that her shield has Medusa's power now. So and that's why there's a lot of art of the beheaded, Medusa, just independent of, I had forgotten about this. This is really annoying. But yeah, so the Medusa head is itself, kind of this weird niche cultural element as well. Oh no, and now I don't have to axe. God damn it. Oh no, I'm about to die. If I don't get rid of these guys. I knew. Alright, but I think that's a good enough point to just end the game there, because clearly I need to level up more. Those guys are way too tough for me. And I don't know, maybe if I get to Dracula, I'll make another extra episode of this. But, it's been fun revisiting this game, but I really kind of want to just sink my teeth into this on my own time. Thank you for watching anyways, and see you on the next Let's Play, whatever it will be. Probably more Pokemon. Bye-bye!